Hi, how are you? I am Mr. Amuso, the President of History Teachers of Zimbabwe, and also the President of Association of History Teachers and Lecturers in Africa. Today we are here at Domboshava. Domboshava, an area of historical significance. We are here to explore the paintings that were done by those people who survived long ago. We are here to discuss, to talk about what these people did through the paintings that they painted, depicting their ways of life. From the paintings here, we see that these people, they drew themselves hunting. We are seeing themselves holding spears, clearly showing us that these people were involved in hunting. They also drew themselves gathering, clearly showing us that these people, they were gatherers. They also drew themselves heading cattle, clearly also showing us that they were cattle headers. And these are people, they also drew themselves making a pot, clearly showing us that they were involved in a pottery. So this clearly shows us that there is a lot that we can learn from the ways of life that were done by the early people. So rock paintings are important because they reveal, they unpack about the ways of life that were done by these people. But it is not only rock paintings that we use to unpack, to discover, to talk about the ways of life that were done by the early people. There is also other sources that we are supposed also to use. There is also written records, which I'm going to refer as riti. There is also oral tradition, which I'm going to refer as ori, in which people here to visit the elderly members of the society. I'm here, I've come, I want to know more about the ways of life that were done by your ancestors, that were done by your people. And we see our grandparents, the elderly members in the society, the primary sources now unpacking about the ways of life that were done by these people. We are also going to talk about that. There is also archaeology, in which archaeologists, they dug, they excavated the relics, the fossils that were used by the people who survived long ago. There is also linguistic, the study of languages. These people explaining that the people survived long ago, they spoke different languages. So by speaking different languages now, we are in a position of knowing their ways of life. Then eventually we'll talk about anthropology, which we are going to now unpack about the economy, about the political, and also the social activities that were done by the early people. But let's start with the source that we are seeing here, which is called rock paintings. We are talking about painting on rocks. The early people, they were so much advanced, these people, they could paint using different methods, painting on rocks, depicting, showing their ways of life. I think we can see that there are several animals that they are painted. They are animals that they hunted. They hunted elephants, they hunted giraffes, so many animals that were hunted by these people. From the paintings again, we are seeing again them moving around with the spears. We are seeing them moving around with the axes. We are seeing them doing different activities. So rock paintings, it is significant. It is important because it gives us a detailed account on how the early people survived, how the people who survived long ago used to do different activities in their ways of life, political activities, because spears clearly show that they could protect themselves using spears. Spears also show that they were also involved in hunting. Then we also see the social activities in which women were gathering, women were doing different activities, clearly showing us that these paintings, they revealed a detailed account on the ways of life that were done by the early people. And it is important to use rock rock paintings, like the paintings that we are seeing here at Domboshava monuments. We are using these rock paintings. Why? It is because these rock paintings, they teach generations, they teach children about the ways of life that were done long ago. They are accessible even to people who are not illiterate. You are not in a position of reading, you are not in a position of writing. You can access, you can come here at Domboshava, and by looking on these pictures now, you know about how these people were surviving by just looking, because these pictures, they are revealing, they are giving a detailed account on the ways of life of these people. And we are seeing that they also give a vivid picture about what exactly transpired. I want to know how these people were surviving. I want to know what exactly was taking place long ago. You are in a position of seeing here real pictures, real activities, the livelihoods that were done by the people who survived long ago. So rock paintings, they are significant. Rock paintings are important in the study of pre-colonial history. So we are in Zimbabwe, we are here at Domboshava, we are now knowing about the ways of life that were done by the early people. Why? It is because of these paintings that we are seeing here at Domboshava. They are in a position, they are giving us now what transpired during the time that the early people survived. But our rock paintings are not enough. There are also other sources that we are supposed to use so that we could know about the ways of life that were practiced by the early people. Because rock paintings, they are good because they give us a vivid picture. They are good because we can see the activities that were done by these people. But these rock paintings, they are not in a position of giving us names of people. Who is the person who drew these pictures? We are not in a position of knowing the genealogy of these people who drew these pictures. So because of the weaknesses of Rocky, we have got a problem. You are not giving us a detailed account. Rocky, we have got a problem. You are not giving us now a detailed description about the people who survived long ago. Now comes another man. Coco, who are you? My name is called Riti. Written records. So written records now, they now give us now written information. They now wrote down information about the ways of life that were done by the early people. You know that the people at Great Zimbabwe, you know that the people at the Mutapa State, you know that the people at the Roji State, the Ndebele people, they used to practice agriculture. The people at the Roji State, they used to do certain religious activities. It is because of Riti, which we are referring to as secondary sources. So because of the weaknesses of rocky painting, another source now comes into play in the name of Riti. Riti now giving us now names of people, giving us the genealogy of people. Riti now giving us the dates on when these people were surviving. Like here we are seeing that we don't have the dates on when these people drew these pictures, the dates when these people were practicing these activities. It is now the duty of Riti now writing down the information about the ways of life of these people. But now, Riti has got also some weaknesses in the sense that written records can exaggerate information. You, Riti, you can exaggerate information. You, Riti, I'm saying you've got a problem. You are expensive. Some books might be expensive. Some books might be burnt by fire. They can be destroyed. So, Riti, you've got a problem. Now comes another man. Now comes another source in the name of Ori. Yes, my name is called Ori. Ori, what do you mean? My name is called oral tradition. I'm going to orate. I'm going to tell you. Sit down here, Msukuru. Sit down here, my grandson. I want to tell you about these people. You know, my people at Great Zimbabwe. The Ungwe bed was used, you know, at the Mutapa State. Nzo samanyanga. In the Roji State now, Mondijo, moyo ndijo. These people, they were hardworking. They were keeping animals. These people now, they were so much involved in trade. European, whites came the Portuguese, the Arabs, the Swahili trading with them, all these people. So he or she is telling us about the ways of life that were done by these people. This one is called oral tradition. So we are now having a vivid account again. We are now having a detailed description again about the ways of life that were done by these people. And we can understand it better because you'll be using illustrations like what I'm doing. You can be using examples and you can understand better. So we see that oral traditions, they are so significant, and the history of so many states that we have in Zimbabwe, at Great Zimbabwe, in the Mutapa state, and also the Roger state, information about these people we were told, we were given by oral tradition. But I'm seeing, who is you? I'm seeing you. Who are you? My name is called Aki. Aki, what do you mean? My name is called Aki. I provide a tangible evidence. For example, I have got here a bone, I've got a stone. You know that these people, they were using stones for their ways of life. They use these stones for doing what? For hunting. They use these stones for protecting themselves. I provide tangible evidence. I not only provide the stones, I not only provide stones, but I also provide bones. Bones that these people, they were involved in lumbering. They could luma, they could eat. What were they eating? They were eating meat. So these people, they were involved in pastoralism. They were also involved in hunting. So I provide tangible evidence. Not only that, I also provide pieces of pottery that these people were involved in pottery. So we are in a position of knowing that pottery was so significant in the Mutapa, in the Roji, and also at Great Zimbabwe. Not only that, now you see that this is a piece of cloth. These people, they were involved in trade. They traded with foreigners. So you have seen that I'm also important because I am giving a detailed description. I'm giving a detailed account on how the early people were surviving, on how our early people were surviving. So because of that, now we are seeing that we are in a position of now telling, we are in a position now of explaining about the ways of life that were done by our ancestors. But now there is a person who is knocking. Who is who? Who are you? Who are you? My name is called Lingui. What do you mean? I am linguistics. Linguistics, the study of languages. You know that the early people, they spoke different languages. Their languages differed depending on the area. So you see that the ways of life of these people, they differed depending on the area. Because of languages, we are now also in a position of knowing what the people in different states were surviving. It is because they spoke different languages. So because of languages now, we are also in a position of knowing the history of Zimbabwe. So this is also significant. Then there is a person, why you do not give us the whole information? Who are you? My name is called Anthropology. What do you mean? Anthropo, I'm talking about the human beings, you and me. That is anthropo. We are talking about human beings. Logi, we are talking about study. So anthropo, human beings. Logi, study. So we are talking about the study of human beings. So what are you talking about here? I'll be explaining about the economical activities, agriculture, trade, tribute, mining, iron smelting. Okay, go on. I'll be also explaining about the political, the role of the king, the role of the chief, the people who after the king. We also talk about the centralization of the state, and we also talk about the role of them. Okay, I can hear you, Anthro. Go on. I'll be also talking about the social activity. Go on, Anthro. What are you talking about, Anthro? I'm talking about the social organization, religious activities. For example, here at Domboshava monuments, we are seeing that cave. That cave now clearly shows these people, they were involved in social, religious activities. They used to appease their spirits. They used to celebrate the rain calling ceremonies. So they used to gather here. They used to come here and do their religious ceremonies. So we see that I'll be talking about that, the religious activities that were done by these people. Not only that, also will be talking about lineage. That these people, they stayed as a lineage because they were using the same totem. So those who use the same totem, they stayed closer to each other. I'll also be talking about the issue of culture. There are certain cultures that they followed, norms and values being passed to their children. Not only that, now I will be also talking about division of labor. Labor being done by women, labor being done by men. So you are seeing that I'm giving a detailed account. I'm giving the economy, I'm giving the political, I'm giving the social activities that were done by these people. So because of that, now we are here today studying about Great Zimbabwe. We are here today studying about the Stone Age people, that they were using stones. We are here today studying about the Iron Age people, that they were using iron tools. We are here today studying about Great Zimbabwe, Kumashingo. We are here also studying about the Mtapa state. We are here also studying about the Roji and the Ndebele. It is because of Anthro. So we are seeing that Anthro plays a significant role in the study of history. So these are the sources that we use in the recovery of pre-colonial history. But these sources now, although they are important, although we use these sources, it is important to note that these sources, they complement each other. We use the integrated approach. We use the element of multidisciplinary approach. Each source as complementing the weakness of one source, and by so doing, we end up having an overall view on the ways of life that were done by the early people.